Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here, being joined with Joel Diaz, and we're going to talk about your fighter's fight with John Molina Jr. Joel, of course, trains Ruslan Provodnikov, and it happens at the Turning Stone Casino. A fight where a lot of fans are excited about because both styles of the people fighting on the card. Give me an update, though, quickly, on how training's been with Ruslan and the things you want to be work on. I know last time you mentioned to me the body work is something that you want to specify with in the training.
Well, this is my second camp with Ruslan. The first camp was a little bit of a little tense because the communication, just trying to make him understand how I wanted things done. And we went through the first camp in which he showed me that he did some improvements. We went to Monaco, fought a kid, an undefeated kid, not well known, but 18-0 with 60 knockouts, heavy hitter. And he did a lot of things that we worked in the gym. And now the second camp started off really well. He came back. He didn't lose anything that I worked on him in the first camp, which shows me that he's willing to learn and he's willing to improve. He's making this camp easier because he's starting where we left off on this last camp. So now a lot of things that I'm doing with him are basically improving his defense. I know that Ruslan can punch, but he can also punch harder, which he was not doing. He's so tight that he throws his punches and he pushes the punch and in a heavy manner. But now I have him loose where he's rotating his shoulders and he's hitting maybe twice as harder, and I can feel it in my hands, I can feel it in my body. So what I want to do is consistently just have him repeat over and over a lot of things that I want him to do, because once that bell rings, he forgets about it. He goes into that killing mode and he just wants to knock somebody out. But I know that he loses it in the process, and I want to be able to have him basically just focus on and program already on what I want him to do when that bell rings.
Matisse is a common opponent for both Ruslan and John Molina. Matisse was able to box Ruslan and get a decision win that way. Do you feel Molina might try to do that with Ruslan and employ that type of game plan, and are you guys ready or expecting that?
Look, Marcos, I can tell you this. If Molina decides to stay in there and bang with Ruslan, that's going to be his worst mistake. And if he decides to move around and try to box him, that's going to be a worse mistake.
Really?
Yeah. Because now I've taught Ruslan something that he's never been taught, especially on movers. Because if I was to put a strategy to beat Ruslan, I'll box him, hit him and move. So now he's with me. Now I gotta teach him how to execute a fighter that moves, And this is my first time that I'm preparing Ruslan for a stand-up fight, a fighter in front of him, or a mover. When we leave that gym to the fight, we already got everything worked on. We worked on boxers, on brawlers, everything, So he's ready. He has improved so much on how to execute a fighter that moves in this camp. And he likes it. He's happy. I mean, I've had fighters that I throw him in there, just move. And his job is to execute the movement. And he does it really well. And he gets them to the point where they can't move anymore by following right instructions. Now, if you want to stand in front of them, you're making the wrong mistake, the wrong move. So, basically I have plan A, plan B, and plan C if I have to. I make adjustments in every round. I'm not just a one-dimensional trainer. I make changes, and that's what I'm doing with him. So they will not read Ruslan Provodnikov saying, "Oh, he does this over and over and over." You're not going to see the same Ruslan again. That's the reason why I'm ready for John Molina that comes to fight and a John Molina that comes and move, just like Matisse did.
Do you feel that they're both in the same spot career-wise, or do you feel that there's still a lot more left in either or fight?
There's, I have a lot of respect for John Molina, great kid, man. And, due to the fact that he has shown the fans and the world of boxing what he's made of, he's taking some punishment, Ruslan has taken some punishment just due to his sensitive skin, but he's never been, badly hurt in any fight. And I've seen John Molina, dropped by Antonio DeMarco in one round. I've seen the way Matisse basically, finished the fight. And those beatings, man, can really make a big effect in your body, in your mind. Now going in the fight against Ruslan Provodnikov that have so much power in the fist, that's gonna, as you've seen, every fighter that Ruslan has fought has taken some big scars, man, in their bodies. And by Ruslan, by John Molina taking on this fight, man, give him all the credit, man. He's a brave guy.
Do you think because of that, and because of the new power, improved power that you've seen in him, this fight ends in a knockout for your guy?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you, and I'm not gonna tell you, oh, I'm confident that my fighter's gonna win. I mean, both fighters have power. They're both warriors. They both hit hard, and they're there to win. But I can guarantee you this fight's not gonna end up in a decision.
Now, we saw Ruslan kind of joke around, and it kind of dawned on me like, hey, man, he looks kind of like a goofy guy. Tell me a little bit about that side of him.
He's funny, man. He's funny, especially when he's got sense of humor. He's got great sense of humor, and when he's in a good mood, he'll walk in the gym, and as soon as he opens the door, he'll scream out loud, "Joel, I am champion!" And then sometimes he's tired, and he didn't sleep the night before, and he'll walk in the door, and he don't say nothing. I look, hey, what happened? Who's champion? So he'll just put his head down, walk out the door, and he open the door again, and he'll yell it out. But he's a good guy, man. Sometimes he pulls some jokes during training, not oftenly, only when he's in a good mood.
He's pranked you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how's he pranked you?
He's pranked me in different ways, man. That guy, man, he's crazy with the water. Sometimes giving him water in the corner. Sometimes when I give water and he'll spit it out, like, oh, he pretends like it's accidental, but he does it on purpose. I know, but he's a good guy, man. He works extremely hard. He really dedicates himself 100% to training. He don't mess around. When he's in sparring, he's trying to learn, and sometimes he tries too hard to the point where he makes mistakes. And I gotta tell him, hey, relax, have fun, and enjoy what you do. Just give me what I'm expecting, but don't. Sometimes he wants to please me and somebody else at the same time, and you can't. There's only gotta be one voice, and that's mine.
All right, Joel, we can't wait. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. With Joel Diaz, of course, training Ruslan Provodnikov as he fights John Molina on Showtime.